here we've got a buddleia, and we're going to, that's probably about 3 meters tall, something like that. So we're going to take about half of that away. We're just going to cut it back just above. I don't know whether you can see where those leaves are just breaking from the stems. So just above a leaf joint. As I say, we'll take off about half of it, and then we'll have another go at it in the spring. Now that we've cut back the herbaceous border and before the rain comes, we've now exposed the buddleia in all its glory. We're now going to reduce the height of that from probably about 3 meters or so to about 1.5 meters, just to get it back just above a leaf break on the stems. When I'm pruning buddleia, like so many other things, I tend to take off the bulk of the growth with the long-handled hedge trimmer and then do the finer pruning a little bit later on, but I'll just show you where to prune to. So we're going to take about half of this buddleia down now, and just home in a bit, and hopefully when I start cutting we'll be able to see what I'm cutting to. If I try and keep my huge great body out of the way, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So now that I've zoomed in, hopefully you can see those fresh little grey, greeny buds. I've just cut the branches off just a little bit above them, maybe about 4 mil, something like that, maybe a little bit more. And then we're just going to finish off the rest, and then that will regenerate from that point next year. We might do another little trim after the winter in the spring, just to tidy it all up a little bit again and get rid of any winter damage. So hopefully you can now see where I've cut back to. You just see those little greeny grey new shoots starting to sprout out. So I'm actually probably about 1 centimetre above those in truth. But there we go, we can go and home in a bit if we can, see where we can get there. There we are. So that's where you're aiming to cut back to. As I say, sometimes I cut them back with the main bulk of it off with a hedge trimmer, and then go in and do a more accurate cut with the secateurs later on. This one I've used the ratchet cutting secateurs, and it takes a lot less pressure on your fingers and hands. And we go across here to the pile of debris that I created earlier on from the rest of my clippings from the herbaceous border. I've just put the buddleia clippings on the top of there, but as they're quite woody, I will probably just dispose of those bits to the compost recycling, and just leave the other slightly thinner herbaceous perennials to rot down in the flower border. My pruning tools of choice, we've got the small conventional secateurs there on the bottom left, the adjustable extendable loppers which have a ratchet device for cutting, which makes it allows you to put a lot more pressure on the cuts and saves you a lot of energy and pressure on your hands and arms. And similarly, so a pair of ratchet secateurs there, which are very, very sharp, and equally if you use the ratchet, it saves you a lot of stress on your hands and your arms and your muscles, etc, etc, and makes a very nice clean cut. Don't forget to wear your gloves though, because quite often you find some prickly things amongst the stuff that's not prickly and vice versa. And also it's quite easy when you're cutting through lots of stuff quickly at the same time to inadvertently chop the end off your finger. So don't chop anything off apart from the green bits. So this is what your buddleia should look like afterwards. It's gone from sort of somewhere up there to down there. So that'll put on about the same amount of growth again next year, probably about 1.5 meters of growth with some fantastic flowers which the butterflies will absolutely love. See down the side there, I've just cut back this rambling rose, which is literally does as it says on the tin, rambles and gets everywhere, so I've cut that back hard just to give the buddleia and the dogwood in the back there a bit of breathing space. Hi guys, and just to say a very big worldwide thank you to all those people who have supported the site that I set up in lockdown. We have now had over 70,000 views. And if you can continue to support that or subscribe to JJ Goes Forth, I will be able to no doubt donate more money to Acorns Children's Hospice Worcester and Mind. So I'm now sending a transfer of £360 to Acorns Children's Hospice in Worcester, the extra £10 there thanks to Ray, and £350 to Mind. So thank you very much indeed to all those worldwide who have supported JJ Goes Forth. Please subscribe, and once the videos start making money, 30% of what I raise, so 30% of any money raised from my videos will be divided equally between Acorns Children's Hospice Worcester and Mind. So thank you very much indeed. Stay safe, stay warm, and thank you.